Maui Publishing Company Christmas party. Mercy, please. Tacky. And for that reason, we really wanted to preserve the party tonight for posterity and also perpetuity, and that's a long time, perpetuity. So we are being taped tonight, and it's by none other than John Venus of Venus Electronics. Hooray for John. John also owns Lahaina Cablevision, a very successful businessman, and we hope that John will spend more money on KMVI next year than he did this year. That's why we have him with us tonight. And there's another reason we're taping tonight, and that will unfold as we continue onward and upward. One of the highlights of tonight's program is a slideshow that was produced, directed, written, and music was selected by Cowie Goring. And very good. And the reason I want to particularly pinpoint the fact that Cowie is the one who produced, directed, and wrote the show is because if anyone's integrity is impugned tonight, I don't want to take responsibility for it because I read it. So all credit goes to Cowie if you like it, and any discredit also goes to Cowie if you feel displeased. I would like to make mention now that we have some very important people with us, people who have worked for Maui Publishing Company for many, many years, and who can be described as retirees, I guess, if you like, but they're very valued people, and these are the people that help make Maui Publishing Company, KMVI Printmasters, the organization that it is today. And we'd like to have those people come up. I'm going to call off the names. I want to start with one of my favorite people, of course, Wasayo Kaliki. Mrs. Kaliki, I know you're back with us. Come on up. Such a doll. Helen Ravello, if you're with us, we hope that you will join us also on stage. Remember, Helen, you're on TV. And so, also, Tori Oda. I remember Mrs. Oda when I was about 21 years old. Mrs. Oda, I know you're here. A.B. Savella, who is retired, but still working and ripping off the income tax people regularly. Come on now, A.B. Just here the steps over here. Also, Frank Akima. Frank and I used to skin dive together years ago. And come on over to this side, girls. Can you get around me? I know it's difficult, but yeah, if you will. I'm working on a diet, Mrs. Kaliki. Also, Selma Patel. Selma, you'll join us. I want a very good shot of these people because they are the cream of the crop. Selma, are you with us? Here she comes. Okay, and I'd like to, while we're assembling here, also make mention of the fact that Raymond Correa is not with us tonight, nor is Bob Tomito. And they are people that we also equally treasure and value as part of the Maui Publishing Company. Here she comes. Okay, there are a couple of reasons we want everybody to really participate tonight. The videotaping, I think, keeps everything forever. And it's something we can always refer back to. And when we're all 113 years of age, we can always look back while we're sitting in the rocking chair, and as I like to say, salivating on your bib. And you can always look back at this and say, hey, gee, that's the way it was, and it was really nice. We also have some gifts for you that Susan Remillard picked out herself. They can be used for several different purposes. One is you can use it as a t-shirt, a negligee. You can dry dishes with it. They are KMVI retiree t-shirts, and they're all packaged. We have them here somewhere. Here they are. And again, congratulations and thank you for being part of Maui Publishing Company. They're all extra large size, so you can float around in them. We weren't sure of the sizes. Okay, as you know, KMVI is being sold, and that is another reason I think tonight is a very special evening. I wanted to take this opportunity to mention some of the changes that will be taking place under our new ownership. It's a very serious moment. There will be some personnel changes that will be coming up for KMVI in 1980. Doug Cameron's suggestion, Jim Murray will be joining KMVI as our night security officer. Jim will be leaving his present position as director of the suggestion box. We're very excited about the fact that Lipa will be leaving the Maui News and coming to KMVI as director of public relations. Lipa, are you here? She will also be training our new receptionist in telephone tactics and things of that nature. Tom Dubois will be leaving his post at the Maui News, and we have a new job description for Tom. He will assume his duties as chief botanist and herbologist with KMVI Radio. And his new offices will resemble a greenhouse quite a bit, a lot of glass. Okay, at the consummation of the sale of the station, KMVI will continue to carry Maui News corrections, which take approximately 93% of our broadcast day. However, I wanted to mention, Bob, that they will fall after sign-off at midnight on Sunday. And finally, during the first week of our new ownership of KMVI, we will begin a series of editorials attacking Maui Pineapple Company. The thrust of the editorials will allege that pineapples do cause impotence at an early age. No offense to Henry Ullman. Everything is in fun tonight. It's all on tape, Henry, and you can remember how it used to be. And Pat, you have the car warmed up in the parking lot because I have a feeling we may need that. Okay, next on the agenda is the number one man at Maui Publishing Company, is Colin Cameron. And he has a few things that he would like to say. And we also have a presentation for Colin as kind of a going away present from KMVI to Mr. Cameron. And L.D. Reynolds representing the new KMVI, and Bob Frost representing my era at KMVI, really, the oldie but goodie era, will heft this up. And Colin, if you will come up forth to the microphone, and remember you're on TV. What you say may be used against you.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Okay. Well, in any event, I think you can all see what it is. LD, as you see on the front, we have a little plaque, and the plaque reads very simply, KMVI Radio 1947 to 1980, and that's how long it's been within the Cameron family, and it's a going away present. And Colin, you will be able to view what you say tonight when a few years go by. So Merry Christmas, Colin, and the microphone is yours.
I'm literally speechless. I really honestly don't know what to say. The most incredible present I've ever gotten, I think. I would have expected a lot of other things, but not that. Well, I honestly don't know what to say except thank you very, very much. I'll see you all later, and thank you personally. Well, I don't quite have Rod's gift appreciative gab, I guess, in that sense. So I will just do the best I can. And first of all, the most important thing, and probably really the only thing I should say, is welcome to our Christmas party, which I hope you've all enjoying it as much as I am. And it's really, it's hard to believe another year has gone by. It's gone like that, at least for me. I think probably for a lot of us. If we look back on the year, there have been a lot of changes. Perhaps not quite as spectacular as we had the year before when we built a new building and bought our shiny new Goss press, but quite noticeable in spite of that. I think probably almost everybody in the company had to move around when we remodeled, with the exception, of course, of Williams Department and Nora Cooper and KMVI. But everyone else shifted back and forth, and I think did a fine job of coping with it. And, I think things are working quite smoothly. One of the problems we were looking at all year and kept our fingers crossed on was the question of newsprint. And the reason I bring it up because we have been and are thinking and are planning to go daily, or maybe I should say week daily, and it's Monday to Friday. But because of the newsprint shortage or the threats of it, we sort of decided, we postponed the decision on it. We'll be looking at it next year. However, it didn't materialize, and fortunately, because Nora had gone to New York and had looked for newsprint there, and hopefully lined up some, and asked Bob Jones to look for some newsprint in Australia. I didn't really want Australian newsprint because I suspected the Maui News would smell of eucalyptus leaves. And I don't know what New York newsprint would smell like, probably dirty streets. But anyway, it did keep us from moving further on. But we are certainly looking ahead to the future. And of course, looking back at the year, we did have staff changes. Always be changed. People, reporters and DJs in particular seem to get itchy feet from time to time. I won't try to comment on them. I would like to mention, though, a few significant things that I think were very positive as far as staff changes in our company. First, Elmer Kanaholani was promoted in May and has taken over the thankless, exacting job of circulation. I think we'll all agree he's done a super job of getting our 15,000 plus newspapers out to the public 3 times a week. And you consider that you're relying on a swarm of young kids for a lot of it, but he's done a fine job there. And I know that I speak for him when I say he appreciates all of the hard work and the extra effort that the other departments have put in to keep from having the paper come out so late that he has to eat cold rice and stew at 9 o'clock on paper days. But everyone has done a great job of cooperating. I'd also like to comment, to mention Dave Hoff, who's been our news editor since the end of last January, and I think all you have to do to see what kind of job Dave has done is to look at any issue of the paper. I think it's outstanding in appearance and quality, and I think Dave and, of course, Mr. Maui News, Earl Tanaka, is the managing editor, make a great team. And I'd like to kind of welcome back 2 lost sheep back to the Maui fold, at least. Cliff Bronson returned after many years of wandering in the wilderness and other places. And McAvoy Lane, after a rather shorter purgatory in Colorado, has come back to us. I know that McAvoy is so shy and modest that he probably won't mention it, but he upheld the honor of KMVI, my publishing company, in the Honolulu Marathon last week, and came in first among the personalities. Now, of course, we all know he has personality, but this is a specific category of people that work in radio, television, etc., and he won a gold medal and is going to go to Tokyo next year. I would like to say, Mac, that however, you're not the only marathon runner in the Maui Publishing Company family. There was one other. She didn't quite match your time, but my sister ran too, in the 3rd marathon, and came in a little bit after you. But she finished, and I was proud of her. Unfortunately, she's not here, but I'll pass on those. One thing, of course, that has already been alluded to, and more than alluded to, and I do really look on this, and I know we all do, with very mixed feelings, and it is the sale of KMVI. After many years in my publishing company family, we disposed of it, and of course, from our point of view, on the plus side, we got the price we wanted, and we really can use that money to pay off a large debt that we have. On the minus side, I think I don't really need to say it's a sad parting, and not so much my way of thinking the station itself, because that's just a name, that's just some equipment. It's mostly the people that that are here with us now and at the station, and all those over the years, starting with Dick Motion. However, as far as the people here now, I think it's fair to say there is a silver lining. First place, I think it's a very fine group of people that are buying the station. They're kind of our style. They're interested in the community. They're interested in keeping KMVI the same kind of place it was. And I think it will be a plus to Maui. And also, they're going to keep the station and the people in the same location for at least 2 years. So don't say goodbye to the guys yet. They'll still be around, and they will be around at next year's Christmas party. That's for sure. Anyway, I'll stop and just say that all in all, I think this has been a good year for our company, and it's due entirely to really the great efforts of everybody here, and cooperation, and mahalo nui loa, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you, Colin. A few days ago, we asked Colin how long he would want to take the lecture, and he said about 5 minutes. So now you know what Colin's 5 minutes really is. It's a little bigger than 5. Only kidding, Colin. Okay, before we call on our next person in line, Nora Cooper, we have a little song that the people of KMVI have worked on for quite a long time, about a minute and a half, I think. So Bob Turner and Jim Collins, John On, L.D. Reynolds, and Bob, we'd like you to join us on this too, and all the people that are here with KMVI, if you'll come forth. Ray Vaughn, also Mr. Mort Werner, who will be playing the piano for this. Up here, Mort. This is a stellar production. You will be duly impressed. There will be another group later on from the Maui News side that will also sing a song that I have not heard yet, which will be a surprise. No, this is could you explain to the announcer where the microphone is? Okay. Me.
Who have lost our way.
place where John Middleton dwells, the dear old Vineyard Tavern that we love so well. Sing the Whiffenpoofs assembled, with their glasses raised on high. The magic of their singing casts its spell. Yes, the magic of their singing at the station we love so well.
We're four little broadcasters who have lost our way. Ba, ba, ba. We're little black sheep who have gone astray. Ba, ba, ba. It's supposed to be sheep. Finish this. Get a letter to the union. He cut it short. For the broadcasters on a spree.
Brave on with this instrument there.
Lord, have mercy on such weak as we. Like
Somebody take Susan out of here, please. Thank you very much.
Take two.
As you can see, it's a class operation from beginning to end.
We only rehearsed once. Never again.
We'll need to move off again, and now it's time to... Oh, I'm sorry.
See why they're disowning KMVI.
Strange group tonight. The next lady that I would like to introduce is a lady that I've known for 20-some years. I remember Nora Cooper when she was a child. And she was a copywriter at KMVI, and at that time she was bossing everybody around then, and she's still doing it today. She's a very important lady to me because she is the godmother of my first daughter, and she is a heck of a lady, and we all refer to her as Mother. So Nora, if you will come up forth. I did not bring a handkerchief tonight. And we have a presentation for you also. Steps here. This is a transistor radio, Nora. Now, again, the reason we're doing this is because, Nora, when we're sitting in the rocking chair at 143 years of age, and you want to punch up the old TV show of 20 years ago, this is it. There's also a plaque on this one, which is a little different than Colin's. Incidentally, LD wrapped both of these. Okay, the plaque reads as follows, Nora Cooper, KMVI Radio 1953 to 1980, and a little quote, you will see the word mother on the bottom. I would like to say, Nora, before you say something, L.D. Reynolds spent an hour wrapping these, and he finished wrapping them, and he forgot which one he put in which box. So that's the problem we face. Merry Christmas, Nora.
I suppose you think I'm nervous of these lights. You've probably forgotten that I was once a Ziegfeld girl. They don't know Ziegfeld girls, Bob, but we know. I have a feeling whenever we gather like this each year at Christmas, an inner feeling that says, well, we got through another year, even though they're building the years much shorter this time around. It seems like it was only 3 months ago we had our last Christmas party. It has to have been only 3 months. If you think I'm going to talk about KMVI tonight, you're crazy, Rod. I didn't bring my Kleenex, but I'm going to say several things, and instead of speaking to you, really, I'm going to speak on your behalf, because I think that all of us want to say collectively that we appreciate working for a family and a company such as we work for, a family that cares about the company and it cares about the employees. And I would say that it's a special kind of pride that we can be out in the community and saying, we work for Maui Publishing, and there's never a need to apologize or to explain when we do run a few pictures upside down and reverse a few captions, but that's the press room. And I don't think we should have a collective blame on that one. I think they're over there. But it is, I think, with all of us, a special point of pride. And someone said to me just a little while ago, someone who's not here tonight, that the Maui News is not the same anymore, the Maui Publishing, because it's no longer a family operation. And I think that's all wrong. I think that's baloney, because we are a family, but we're a growing family. And of course, some of the black sheep, we are disassociating, but that happens in families too. You got that, Rod. But anyway, earlier tonight, one of our members, who I would have least expected, came up and gave me a hug and a kiss and said, "I love you, Mrs. Cooper," and that's a family to me. And it wasn't KMVI, by golly. There is one group, and I'm just going to be very brief. I want to recognize one group because they often go much maligned and hardly ever recognized, and that is my management crew, the department heads. And they're working hard, and they're growing, and they're going with the company, and they have bright ideas for 1980 and on, right on through. And I would just ask one thing, that if everything is not going right at the company, if you feel that there are things that are incorrect, I would ask that you go to them, to those department heads, and tell them, set them straight, and you can either tell them to their face or talk behind their back. But don't come to me. I want you to lay the blame where it belongs. That's what the department heads, and you know them. You know them all. They are a good bunch. You have heard tonight that I am called, I think it is with affection, Mother, KMVI. And it's not because I'm an especially motherly type, or because I always have the last word, although I do that, or because, like most mothers I know best. I think it's because I really am like most mothers in that I want to know where you are, and I don't want to know what you're doing. I want to know who you're with. And most of all, I want to know that you're doing well. And I would say that you're doing very well. You're doing so good that you make me look good, and that ain't easy.